Oh, what it looks so grainy. I'm not hearing you for some reason. I still can't hear you.
What about now? Good?
Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, perfect. How you doing, man?
Hey, I am super tired,
Yeah, that's good.
but I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. I was trying to remember, when did we first meet on, is it Twitter? It was on Twitter, but I'm trying to remember what post was it? Or
Yeah, I like. I do remember how we first met, but I don't remember the post.
no. Yeah, it
you,
was some
you
it was
it was
something.
something. It was something unrelated. Like I think we were. It was a post about something, and then I scrolled down, and then I saw your name, and for some reason I decided to reply to something that you said.
Yeah, that's how a lot of creators get in touch with each other, and I feel like Twitter is like one of the best places because you're just there posting something, and then somebody else might see it.
Exactly. Like I feel like Twitter is how I make friends sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Creator friends, especially.
creator friends, and there's a lot of creators that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm like, I wonder how they're doing. So I go on their YouTube and see, oh, they're creating YouTube videos, or they're doing something else, and I just hit them with a DM. Hey, how's it go? I think I hit you up with a DM a while before, and I was like, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you post anything. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been in a creative rut for so long.
Oh yeah. So how you doing? Like, I mean, first thing first, let's introduce you. You are Daniel Hung, Dr. Hung. I'm sorry.
Yes. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm Daniel Hung. Yes, I'm from Belize and recently graduated from studying medicine in Cuba last year. So it's
Congrats.
been, thank you. It's been 6 months already since working here in Belize at the one of the main hospitals here,
Okay.
and it's been a while. It's been wild.
Yeah. So I guess what made you? Because the thing is, a lot of creators on YouTube, on Twitter, they would kind of want to just stick into that creative realm. You got into healthcare. How did that happen?
I feel like I've always been into like the sciences, ever since growing up, going to primary school, high school, university, and it just felt like, I guess, a natural transition.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was actually looking into like different countries to study medicine, and in Belize at least, we have really good relations with Cuba, and so they were offering scholarships. I think they still do
Yeah.
up to this day. Yeah, every year they offer scholarships to a select few, and it just turns out that I was able to get one.
Well, I'm happy you did. I mean, you now doing something that you enjoy, even though it's work, but you actually enjoy it, right?
Yeah, though I feel like sometimes it does get a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Mostly I would say like the administrative side of it, like the paperwork and all that can get kind of, and then like it takes away from what you're actually trying to deal with, like with the patient and
Yeah. Yeah.
their
I feel like,
condition, and so like paperwork gets in the way. I don't like it.
yeah, I think clerical work gets in the way of everything, like photography, if you, even if you're doing something with a nonprofit, the clerical work, the paperwork, it's the most annoying part, and it's kind of the part where a lot of people kind of stay away. Like when you tell them you got to create content, you got to get paid by clients, invoicing, and it's a very nasty thing if you're not, you know, familiar or comfortable with it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So wanted to ask you, like, how did you first get started in creating, and then when did you know that you were a creator?
I think it all stems from watching other people,
Yeah.
because I'm kind of like, well, I think I still am like more of an introverted type of, like, quiet, not really, out there as much. But then like I keep watching these like various creators on YouTube, and then I'm liking, like, their outgoingness. They seem, you know able to network easily, and so I saw that and I was like, maybe, like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to express myself more, meet a lot of people. And so I feel like one of my main, like, I started in August
Mm-hmm.
of 2019. Like, I had a YouTube channel apparently for since 2013, I believe, but nothing was ever posted until 2019.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
I
that's
used
most
to I
of
used
us.
to make I used to make videos of, like, I used to make videos of myself playing piano, like
Oh,
just
nice.
recording me playing a piece on the piano. Yeah, I still have those videos. Like I shut down the old channel,
So
but I still have them. Like, I
you play the
downloaded them.
piano. That's great. You play by ear, or you can read music.
No, actually, like, I can't read music. It's been a while though,
Yeah.
since I started medical school in like 2015. I
Yeah.
haven't really touched the piano, and that's something I want to get back into.
Me too.
Yeah.
I had a piano.
You play the piano as well?
I play the. I want to specify this. I play by ear. So we had a piano at home, and growing up, and when we would go to church, or there's a song that's playing on the TV ad, I'll listen to it over and over again, and then I'll be able to play the piano tune by ear. I could never read, but yeah, I could. I don't know if I could still do that now. It's been a very long time. Yeah.
How long?
Maybe 2005, 2006, long time ago.
Oh wow! And you
Yeah.
haven't touched it since.
I haven't touched it since. But the funny thing is, I actually, me and my wife were looking into purchasing a piano because she reads piano. She knows how to play the piano growing up, like her whole upbringing. She's from a musical family, and she wanted to get one for the house. But we looked at the prices, and it's ridiculous.
I mean, you like, it depends on the piano, I guess.
Yeah.
You could start with one of those. Like, wait, what is your budget?
That's the thing. So like we have an area where we would like to have like a grand piano. So $2,000 to $3,000 is like what we are looking at. But we might want to spend a lot less. Maybe we might want to get something used and then work our way up, if that makes sense. Because we don't want to spend $2,000 to $3,000 for a new one and then barely use it, you know?
Yeah, no, that's because I was thinking, maybe you could start with one of those like MIDI ones, like kind of like the ones that are not as weighted, like
Yeah.
as a real piano, but almost there. Because there's one from Yamaha that I'm looking at. It's like $500,
Oh, really?
and it's supposed to give you, as close to like a real piano keys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
the
so
one thing.
I've actually been thinking of buying one too.
Okay. That's I guess great minds think alike. That's because that's something I've been wanting to do because I love being creative. I love being a creator. I love watching YouTube, but I always notice I get the most creative ideas when I'm doing something else creative, like drawing, writing. I write a lot, and I wanted to maybe help create more creative opportunities for great ideas by playing music or learning how to play guitar. But the piano to me is probably like going to be the easiest. I wouldn't say easiest, but the most fun for me because it's something that my wife actually knows how to do, and she could kind of be in the driver's seat, and I'll be taking her lead, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, one of my first few videos, like, I would call it like a music producer phase in my life.
Oh my God.
Where I dabbled in, like, FL Studio
Yeah,
and
same.
GarageBand and
I
stuff
did
like
not.
that.
I tried FL Studios, but the thing is, I don't have a musical ear. I can take in the song and replicate it, but I can't come up with original beats and stuff. So when I used FL Studios back in the day, I just use it to make
Just clicking randomly.
just clicking randomly, and I
Yeah,
would make
click the
YouTube
sound
videos.
and then
Yeah, like I'd make YouTube videos of like anime background music, and I would try to do that, and I was never good. Yeah.
no, yeah, and yeah, those are my first few videos because I wasn't comfortable putting my face in my videos
Yeah.
yet.
Same.
So my first few videos were just like beats, and
Yeah.
then like with static backgrounds, and it's still there on my channel.
I'll check it
And so
out.
yeah,
I mean, I have
that
to
was
go
that
deep.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But
No, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. Don't worry.
yeah, no, send me the link, and I'll send you the link. Like, I have old videos of me playing video games without my face in there as well, because it's like, for one, I didn't have a webcam, and then when I did get a webcam, I'm like, ew, no, I don't want to show my face, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much YouTube was your first instance in creating, like, you started creating those videos, creating beats and stuff like that. So when did you ever get your first camera? Like, when did you get your first camera, and what was it?
You'll laugh at this answer, but I have never had like a first camera like of my own.
Really? Well, that's still dope.
Well, actually, I'm lying. I had a camera. My first camera was. I can't bring it up. Can I? Wait, can I?
Yeah, I think you can. Let me see if I could give you access or something.
I need to find it. But actually, I don't think I'll be able to find it because I don't even know the name of the brand. But it's basically one of those, point and shoots, like from the
Cool
the
pics.
old days.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, some similar to that. It was only 5 megapixels, but that was like the best at the time, I
Yeah.
guess. 5 megapixels,
No,
and
the
I would take like photos with it.
I had a plenty of those type of cameras, but my thing was, I was a photographer guy in the family, so I would take the family pictures or help pose. And my first, I don't remember the name of those cameras, to be honest, but my first official camera as an adult that I purchased was a Nikon J1. It's like a small, tiny point and shoot camera, but it has a removable lens. And I got that camera for like $20. So it was like one of those, that was one of my first ever official cameras. And that kind of like jumped into, YouTube and podcasting and stuff. But I wanted to ask you.
Before you go into that topic, I was gonna say that like I was the photographer guy in my friend group.
Really?
Yeah, and like I remember back when I guess Facebook was a thing. I don't use it anymore. I would just take photos with that camera and then upload them directly to Facebook as an album. Like that was the thing that I did.
Yeah, me too. Documenting, like vlogging.
Yeah.
Like I was the vlogger guy. Like we used to play this game called Assassin in my high school, where it's like a private group of people, and it's always 12 or 24 people, and you don't know who's an assassin or not. But I'll take the pictures for everybody. So like, okay, just know that these 24 people are these 12 people just got killed. There are 24 more, and then you would see the pictures. I would take the pictures of those people after they got killed or whatever. And that also kind of started my creative journey, being comfortable in front of the camera. Just there's so many instances where you need to take videos. You need to record this moment. And I just loved it. And I mean, for my full-time gig, I don't really use a camera. I'm a mechanic. So I work on forklifts. And that's so far removed from, you know, a camera. You know, it's not even remotely the same. But there are instances where I find where they kind of align creatively, like when you're in a tough place to try to get a solution, or you're trying to fix a machine, you have to come up with a creative solution. It's the same thing when you're taking a photo. Like, it's kind of dark in here, let me open up a window. Like, you find creative solutions and everything. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with you and your you know, being a doctor. Like, there are a lot of instances where you have to come up with a quick creative solution, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when supplies are low on something, you gotta be creative. Definitely.
Yeah.
But in terms of using a camera there, we're not allowed to.
No, of course not.
Which is sad. Which is why I kind of like wonder how they do it. Like, you know, people who work in a hospital, they're like, let's do a vlog there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like.
So
Yeah.
my whole thing with vlogging at work,
or what I noticed.
no, what do you notice?
No, I said what I noticed that most like, I guess, doctors or people who work in healthcare that also do videos. I noticed what they do is like, they're like, oh, they vlog, right? They vlog everything. They're at home, blah blah blah. And when they go to the hospital, they're like, I'm in the hospital, and then the next frame is I'm leaving the hospital.
Yeah, nah, I don't.
You know?
And that's the thing. You can't really. So my whole thing is work is work. Like, I'm not saying that you're supposed to you're not supposed to share it, but it's something that you do for a living, and I don't know. It comes with some type of respect. Whereas, like, this is not just some play stuff. I'm responsible for a lot of people's lives, and not directly, more indirect. Like, if I don't fix this machine properly, somebody can get hurt. You know, like, the potentiality for like injury or like severe injury or contamination is high. I don't want to be able to worry about. I don't want to worry about, did I use the right lens in this shot? When I fixed the forklift, did I have it this far away? There's a lot of other factors, and I'm pretty sure for you, like, if someone they're needing your services and attention, and you have your camera propped out, you're thinking, how much battery life do I have on my phone? You know, when I see people bring their camera or vlog in that workplace, immediately I'm thinking, okay, one, they probably aren't, their job isn't to like, it's not heavy on somebody's livelihood. Like, nobody's going to get hurt. Like, a librarian could perfectly, you know, unless somebody gets like a severe paper cut, but a librarian is like the only thing I could come up where, yeah, you can probably vlog in there. I would even say restaurant. Like, you need to make sure that your camera is clean, your hands are clean, touching your tripod. No, you can't touch your tripod and then go ahead and make scrambled eggs. Like, to me, that's benign. Like, that's disgusting.
Definitely.
You know, you see what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like with your career, you can't just willy-dally whip out a camera in the OR. Hey, we're in the operating room. This person needs a new pancreas.
Yeah, unless you have, like, I guess, the links, right?
Yeah. Which is like, but I'm pretty sure you get a lot of inspiration while you're at work, right? Do you ever get like a burst of creativity that just pops up, and you're like, you go to the break room or the bathroom and write down the notes of an idea you want to do later?
Oh yeah, definitely. But though I feel like those moments can be a bit rare, because you're always like, I feel like when I get into work, it's like I don't really use my phone that much, you know, other than like communication with coworkers or whatever.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm currently working in maternity ward, right, gynecology, and it gets crazy there. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I've never seen so many new lives, and you know, like, there's pregnant women all the time.
Yeah, I saw you tweeted that you gave
new life to people.
you brought well, what's the term? Like, you not gave birth, but you aided in the birthing process.
Yeah, I brought a new life, yeah,
Yeah.
into this world.
Isn't that amazing? It's amazing because now this child, this human being is going to be alive, 20, 30 years from now. They want to figure out, who's Dr. Hung, and then they Google you, and then this video pops up, after you're like some like world renowned physicist doctor who solved some type of medical calamity, and they see this interview and they learn more about you. Like, to me, that's the stuff that I think about. It's like you brought someone to this world and then they're going to live their life. And that's amazing, dude. Congrats, man.
Yeah, and it has given me a lot of like respect for. I mean, I always had respect for women, right? But seeing like countless women go through what they have to go through to give to give birth to us,
Yes.
know.
Yeah, that's another thing too, where it's like a lot of people would tend to put women down, and women are less than, women are weak. Like, I'm pretty sure you've seen some gruesome, heavy stuff. So, yeah, kudos to women.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
they deserve it all. Yeah,
Yeah, they deserve it all, and I don't think I'll be able to even do that. Like, just watching videos on TikTok or whatever, just seeing the whole process. Because the thing is, you would always kind of see the situation where they're in the bed, they give birth, and then that's it. Like,
like in shows and stuff.
There's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more, and I'm pretty sure it's more gruesome than it is on the shows and movies.
Yeah, and I could tell you each delivery is very different. Like I think like you can learn a set way to do something, but every time it's gonna be different. So you have to learn.
When people say that, does that mean like some are easier or some are harder than others?
Yeah, it really depends on if the mother is having her first child or is this her third child. Usually it's easier for those who have had children before, versus their first time, right? And yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Like sometimes, depending on that, they might have like a risk for tearing, and then you have to be able to anticipate that, and then try to avoid that. By like one of the ways you can do it is by like doing an artificial cut, like slit, so that it opens up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then some are odd, as in like they were supposed to be kind of difficult, but then turned out to be very easy. And then different women have different pain tolerances, right? Some are screaming at you, some seem to be okay. Yeah. So it's
but I bet after you get off your shift, it's a rewarding feeling, like you did something. Like
yeah. Like during the shift, you might be like stressed and like all kind of things, but afterwards you think about it, you reflect it in a calm environment. You're like, I did something wonderful.
That's dope. So I wanted to ask you this, since you're quite literally in the field in two different industries. You're in the creative world and you're in the practical real world as a doctor, doing something with your hands, going to school and studying. What do you think of AI?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
AI, I like it, though I'm afraid of what it might, do in the future. If you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like currently, I'm thinking of like Chat GPT. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that.
Of course.
And then like AI in like Photoshop and stuff.
Yeah.
And then other AI tools, like especially that'll help creators. That's cool. Like there's one, I think, I don't know if this is AI, but like Descript. It's like
I
they can
use
just
Descript.
take
I
your
use it.
video, turn it
Yeah.
into Word, and then you can, yeah, and then you can apparently you can edit a word that you'd have there, like type it and then replace it, and somehow it will be able to generate a
Yeah.
word for that with your voice.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I use Descript, especially when I have a podcast with a client when I'm producing it, and they say a word that they want to take out. They say curse words, or if they say the word I'm able to go to Descript. You can search the
Remove
words
it,
and delete all of them. It's crazy and
and
it's
then it'll just cut
fast.
it like nicely.
Yeah, perfect too.
Yeah,
It's wild because I would spend those 2 to 3 hours combing through the video, searching for the word searching for those curse words. Now
yeah,
Descript just does it.
because I remember like I had been working on podcasts before, and I always hated the editing process because unlike videos that are like at least maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a podcast can go on for at least an hour or more,
Yeah.
and you're there playing back, cutting, playing back, cutting, playing back. That takes a long time,
Yep. It takes.
and so it never survived.
Tr- looks like we got an echo. One second. Hold on. It looks like we had an echo. Can I hear you now?
Yeah, you're good.
That's weird. One second.
I noticed I'm kind of blurry. Am I blurry on your side?
It's like not blurry, it's more so like staticky a little bit, but I thought that was because of the connection.
No, I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good connection here. I wonder if
It's probably me.
maybe you set me to 480p.
No, I hope not. But I'm recording the audio, so hopefully it doesn't just screw up. For some reason, sunlight doesn't echo in there. Let me just test it out here. Let me get a test from you.
Hello, hello. I'm here talking about random things.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a ridiculous echo. I'm like, oh crap. But all in all, I do have the audio being recorded separately, so we'll at least be able to salvage that afterwards.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Preferences, audio, enable echo cancellation.
Okay, now I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me
Oh,
now?
I hear you now. I hear you now. Yeah.
All right, let's see how this sounds. All right, let me get a test.
Hello. Hello.
There's like a ridiculous echo. Wait for it. Come on. It's not. Oh, it's perfect now.
Okay,
Perfect.
good. All right.
Awesome. I don't know what that was. I
Technical
had
difficulties.
I had echo cancellation not selected for some reason. But we should be good to go now. So I apologize for everybody the first 30 minutes, but you can still listen to it. But all in all, we're talking about AI, and yeah, I'm kind of scared of it too. I'm kind of a little bit worried about it simply because it can take some people's jobs away. But at the
Yeah,
same,
we're already seeing it. Facebook
yeah,
layoffs, tech startup layoffs.
yeah, we're seeing it, but also there's a lot of jobs that can also be created, with AI, because we'll start seeing, well, AI can't farm, So that would probably create a more influx of agricultural farming or figuring out ways to get real jobs, if that makes sense. And it's not saying that the jobs that AI is taking away aren't real jobs, but it's just inevitable that
Yeah.
AI is going to take these jobs away. Like if a corporation can pay you 20, 30, $40,000 an hour essentially to do something that AI can do for free, you think they'll get with the AI simply because it's free and it's quicker. Uh, I use Chat GPT for almost nearly everything, and I'm trying so hard not to use it for everything, but it just makes it so easy. There've been a couple of tweets that I've been making, um, like
To your
just
workflow.
yeah, just in like workflow, like mental stuff. Like I'll be driving or riding my bike, and I'll get like a poetic thought. Like this morning, I had an idea of I saw this cat, um, running about, and I was like, oh, cool. Oh, cat has 9 lives. They don't care. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Let me try to formulate a thought on that. Let me not use Chat GPT. Let me create all my own thought, because
Yeah.
that's something that I've heard a lot of creators do. They would have a creative thought and they have Chat GPT, hey, expand this, create 10 versions of this saying, create 10 versions of these quotes. And is to me that you're kind of relying on this thing for creativity, which is great if you don't have the time or don't have the energy or the
Or don't have
willpower.
the creativity, like, you just know not
Yeah.
in that creative mood.
Yeah. Why not? But I just don't want to become reliant on it. So there are days where I say, I'm not using Chat GPT. I'm just going to create my own thoughts and my own and have grammatical errors and all that. But to me, like, I feel like the world will be a better place when there are things done a lot quicker. Like, what how can AI be implemented in your workspace, and do you think that'll be towards a benefit?
I feel like AI, at least how I'm using it now, it's like for a starting point. It's like when like you can't fully trust it, at least like in the medical field. Like when you type medical stuff, like I've tried it into like Chat GPT, especially like cases, full on like paragraph with explaining, oh, a patient this and that came in with that. What do you think the diagnosis is? They'll just tell you, oh, they can't do that because we're not like, we're not professional, like
Yeah.
supposed to be giving medical advice through this platform.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it will be best implemented like as a, I guess, like a second opinion,
Yeah.
at least in the medical field, right? And then maybe in the future, right? Like there's a personal, like they hospitals or like, organizations could put their own, how you say it, like a knowledge base
Yes. Like a
into
filter.
into the AI so that it gives more personal. Yeah, yeah, like especially like every hospital has their own protocol when dealing with different things, right?
Yeah.
And how much, for example, medication to give in this case, or what's the steps when someone has that. It's different, or maybe slightly different everywhere. So I feel like it won't replace fully the medical, like doctors, but it will be more as like a addition,
Mhm.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that concept because
yeah,
it kind of acts like a consultant in a way, right? If that makes sense. Like you're just consulting.
yeah.
Hey,
It's like,
what Chat GPT do?
I think it's this.
Yeah. 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 I like that. So well
Maybe there'll
for
be a Chat
me,
GPT for like a doctor version.
no, I don't know about that. Like that bedside manner might not exist with Chat GPT, you know, which is something that a lot of people love. They love.
No, no, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But like
Yeah,
for
talking
me,
to a human,
yeah, exactly. For me, as a mechanic, I have to. There's no way to include Chat GPT in what I do because I'm under a machine. sometimes in the dark fixing something, and it's kind of hard for Chat GPT to even understand what happened. It can't just figure out what it needs to do. Like background knowledge, it needs the background knowledge. It needs some type of understanding how this machinery works. It needs to understand the conditions of that machinery. If it's working in a freezer, if it's worked in a hot area, like these are things that I'm pretty sure AI can learn, but not now.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like in our field, there's too many variables, right? Like, there's AI that make be able to like control a robot and like do certain things. But what happens in our fields, like especially in the hospital and you in your work area, it's too variable.
Yeah.
Too much variables.
Yes.
What if someone falls? What if this happens? I think it's too much for now. Maybe I
Yes.
may be wrong.
Yeah.
It might be able to learn, but for now, I don't think it's there yet.
So do you? So what do you feel like the how AI will impact creators in the future? Like, do you think there'll be an AI podcast where it's a Daniel and a Gil, but they're AI? Like, what do you think about that?
Okay, let's see. I feel like it will open the door definitely to people who didn't think they can do stuff. Like for example, now they can probably make a thumbnail by just typing it in the description box, right?
Yeah.
Saying what they want, or
Yeah.
like with Descript, they can probably learn the person's voice, and then maybe the person could just type it all out,
Yeah.
you know, and just have a fully voice generated
Yeah.
podcast without having to speak because they might be shy or whatever. But definitely it's gonna help creators,
Yeah.
but it might be bad for people who have like teams. They might say, oh, maybe they don't need a dedicated person anymore for this or that. But I think for the solo creator, it's actually really good.
Yeah. For the
Like you have
solo
access
creator.
to all of these tools,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. For the solo creator, I think it's good because
definitely, yeah,
like there are even some cameras that have AI for autofocusing. So you don't need to autofocus, it just does it for you. And you can even add filters in the camera so where it makes it look like a cinematic camera. And those are
yeah,
AI. So instead of you having to pay an editor, to pay a color grader, to pay a focus puller, the AI is doing it for you. So as a solo creator, and then you can take that video, put it into Descript, and adjust the words that's in the video. That's amazing.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, all right,
But
Daniel.
yeah,
It's been a good old time. We gotta do this again, man.
we do. I need to have you on
Oh
in
yeah.
in the future too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
because I feel like you have a very interesting creator life. I see you all the time on Twitter,
Oh, thank you, man. I try.
and and I think Instagram as well. Like just crushing it.
Oh, I'm trying, bro. Thank you, man. And you continue to do great things, bringing life into the world. Like you actually have, you're a freaking doctor, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so let everybody know where they could find you on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
I'm everywhere at your boy TGD. So that's URBOYTGD. Everywhere. Twitter. I'm more on Twitter, and then I'm sometimes on Instagram. So yeah, you can hit me up on those channels, and my
Okay.
YouTube channel also with the same username because YouTube started rolling out usernames, right?
Yeah, they did, which is awesome. All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
for
yeah,
thanks for coming on,
I
bro.
plan to make more.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me on.
All right, no
It's been
problem.
long overdue.
You long overdue. We kept
All
trying
right.
and we finally got it. All right, bro.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.